Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011-2012 National Commander of the American Legion, Fang A. Wong.
Thank you very much. In New York, we have two signs. Go like this, now you go this. Please be seated. Wow. I don't know. You heard of New York, Long Island traffic jam. We just give you a taste of it earlier. 1/10 of it. But it was a great show. Thank you very much. Where's New York? Thank you. You know, I've been here for a little bit over a week. And during this week, I get so many questions that I was getting sick of it, hearing. And finally, I told everybody, wait till Thursday, I'll give you an answer. So here's my answer. Number one, are you excited? No, I said, am I excited? Do I look I'm excited? Okay. The number two question that I get to ask, are you nervous? Do I look like nervous? Okay. Number three, are you tired? I could answer that one. After 28 months of campaign, yes, I'm tired. The fourth question, are you ready? Well, it's not for me to answer that question. I should ask you, are you ready for me? There goes your answer. Dignitaries on the dais and my fellow Legionnaire, this is certainly a great day, and I thank you for your confidence in electing me as your National Commander. Commander Foster, I want to extend to you an appreciation, not only from myself, but from the entire American Legion for a job well done. Thank you for the assistance both you and Team Alaska provided to me and Team New York for the past 2 years. It certainly made the journey much easier. Jimmy, you're a true friend, and I thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Department of Minnesota, and especially the city of Minneapolis, for putting up such a wonderful convention. Thank you very much. A big thank you to our National Adjutant and his headquarters and Washington staff. They have done an outstanding job, especially on the election part. I love it. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Bob Morale. I'm not sure where Bob is. He's running around still doing a lot of work, for making my nomination speech today. As you know, Bob has been my campaign manager. Those of you who have been through the hospitality room for the last 2 years know what an awesome performance that Team New York put together. I bet you a lot of you still talking about those home-baked cookies, those New York red and white hot dogs, those everyday, daily updated photo slideshow, and New York's own, the one and only short, slim Uncle Sam. You know, Bob is a very smart man. Back in 1998, when he was the department commander, he actually selected me as his commander's aide. Isn't he smart? Thank you, Bob, for your friendship, for your support, and for your guidance for all this year. Special thanks goes to Dale Barnett of the Department of Georgia and Charlie Smith of the Department of Oregon. Thank you for your seconding speech. Two outstanding Legionnaires, mark my word, I'm sure you're going to hear from them in the near future. Have to thank the Honorable Judge John Breedham III for giving me the oath of office. Past National Commander John was my National Commander when I proudly served as number 4 of his 5 National Vice Commanders in 2003 and 2004. Thank you also in advance to past National Commander Ron Conley, who will present my colors a little bit later. I was one of Ron's department commander when he served this great organization as national commander in the years 2002-2003. They've both been good friends, great mentor, and I thank you for the guidance. Thanks to both of you. I think you're here somewhere. You know, I wouldn't be here if I didn't get lots and lots of help from lots of people along the way. Dick Prijo, my mentor and great friend for the last 20 years, taught me so much about the organization, and he navigated my path to this podium today. Thank you, Dick, for all your guidance and your support. Over there. Thank you. Jay Comer, dear friend, supporter, and mentor for the last decade. You know, Jake taught me about the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox perseverance of still wanted to win a World Series after some 80 some odd years. He always stressed the importance of our individual commitment to the organization. Thank you, Jake, for your friendship and Thank you, Jake. Jerry Hedrick. Now, okay, which side is Jerry? He's out front. Jerry, a good friend for the last couple years, but Jerry taught me something that's a big secret. I finally got it right. He taught me that in order to win great support, especially from the Southern Bloc, first you got to bring a lot of money to the breakfast. On top of it, one must eat grits with a smile. Jerry, I thank you for your friendship, advice, and great support. Among the three of them, I also learned that just like our Legionnaires, the fans of the New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox are one of the same. They are both fierce, competitor, and good sport. Next, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Department of New York Legion family. From the time we started the campaign, from the time Bob put out Action Corps, the support from Team New York has been tremendous. Donations and volunteers pour in from the Legion, from the Auxiliary, from the Sons, and from the Legion Riders. We have the most capable campaign manager in Bob Morale, and he assembled a team second to none. And we ran a first-class campaign. Anybody want to rent us for the years to come? We are available. Stand behind me today, representing Team New York, are the folks that helped me along. And I'd like for you to give them a big applause for a job well done. Thank you. Today, I'm very proud and truly honored to be able to represent New York's finest before you. It's hard to explain the emotion I have for the next group that I have to say thank you. They are the member of the Lieutenant Kim Ah, Post 12. This is terrible. It's not me. Post 1291. It was them that, back in 1961, gave me a check for $15 and a scholarship award. That inspired a young immigrant's dream to want to be part of this great organization. It was them who 10 years ago provided the encouragement and support for me to seek the great honor of being the commander of the Department of New York. And it was them who, for the past 5 years, worked heartlessly behind the scene to make sure this day happened. If it wasn't for them, I definitely won't be here today. I would especially like to acknowledge my deepest gratitude to my friend, my mentor, and the godfather of my post, Peter Wu. Peter is here somewhere. Peter's vision and leadership in guiding not just me, but my beloved post all this year has been inspirational. You know, Peter, I'm not sure who's the happiest guy here, you or me, today. But I feel honored that Peter was able to pin on the award that the Post gave it to me 48 years ago. I never did put it on, but today I believe I earned the right to wear it for the first time. There are a group of men among us who have served this great organization as national commander. I would like to thank them for their service, friendship, and advice the last few years as I try to follow their path. Also like to thank all the Legionnaires out there from all the departments I visited the last 2 years. You have shown your friendship, your encouragement, and support in so many ways. It means a lot to us in Team New York that we can count on you, not just today, but for the next 365 days to serve our brother and sister veterans. Thank you. Now I must thank my wife Barbara and my son Eric for the understanding, the encouragement, and steadfast support since the day I joined the American Legion. All those missing weekends and night meeting, events, and numerous family gatherings that I was able because of Legion business. They have been there with me every inch of the way, and they deserve this day as much as I do. Thank you. I love you both very much. There are also family members and dear friends, special friends that are here today I would like to acknowledge. I have my nephew, Wilson, coming in from Los Angeles. My niece, Linda, and her husband, Chris, and their little boy, Jacob, from Los Angeles. A dear friend for 50 years, ever since I arrived this country, Chuck Jones from New York. Thank you, Chuck. My boss in the military, and been a close friend for the last 30 years. They're the godparents of my son, Eric, retired Colonel and Colonel Nick and Diane Monge. Thank you for being here, Nick and Diane. America is known as the land of the free and the land of opportunities. I dreamed about it when I was a little boy in Hong Kong. I learned about it when I go to the school system in New York City. I defended when I was a young man march to serve my country. And today, I believe it by standing before you to accept probably the biggest challenge of my life, the opportunity to serve the 2.4 million of Legionnaires in this organization and the 24 million veterans of this great nation. I'm humbled and honored. Thank you very much. Thank you. To our veterans of World War II and the Korean War, allow me to quote one of our American Legion's founders, Rihan Dumijian, who at the age of 101, he said, "We have outgrown our bodies, but not our minds and our hearts." He was telling us that Legionnaires have paid in blood for our right, especially the right to freely express our voice. On behalf of the veterans we serve, it is our continuing job to never let the government forget their responsibility to all who have served our nation, regardless of the war era, in defense of freedom and unparalleled way of life. To my fellow Vietnam War veterans, first let me say, welcome home. Much has happened for the last half a century. that have passed since the start of the war. Now, we all know the numbers. 3.4 million deployed to Southeast Asia. 2.7 served in the theater of operation. 58,000 killed, including 4,120 from my home state of New York. 153,000 wounded. And today, after 4 decades, almost 2,000 still unaccounted for. We know how some of us were treated upon our return. We all heard the cries of the anti-war crowd. Some of us even suffer to a lack of acceptance by older veterans. We also know the deadly effect of Agent Orange as it kicked in even 40 years later after their exposure in Vietnam. Some wounds will never heal. Most of us will never forget the way veterans were treated as they came home from the war and as they fought for recognition of the unique war-related health problem in the years that followed. However, Vietnam veterans, you and I, as the largest block of veterans represented in this organization today, those of us who served in Vietnam were duty-bound to ensure the same mistake will not happen to the next generation of veterans coming home. It is our duty to uphold and defend the rights and benefits of today's new generation of wartime veterans and welcome them into the American Legion with open arms. They are the future of this organization. To the newer generation of veterans, let me start by saying, for God and country, Geronimo, what a great moment it was in May when the U.S. Navy SEAL team took down the perpetrator of the 9/11 terrorists. This was an extraordinary success in the global war against terror that has been so well executed or prosecuted by our active duty force, with fewer than 2 million active force, tasked to defend more than 3 million Americans and many more millions around the globe. It is a credit to the skill, to the loyalty and dedication of our armed forces that the world has been free of tyrants and terrorists such as Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. Our military protected us at home and abroad throughout the war and delivered hope of peace and prosperity for millions who have never had it. This generation of military personnel proudly took its place at the tip of the spear to do this. As your commander, my biggest task is to represent and advocate on your behalf all the policies and programs adopted by this convention and the NECs. I promise you that I will, to the best of my ability, support and promote your wishes. Working together with National Auxiliary President Chris Nelson, I'm not sure if Chris is here. She's over there. Hi. And the new National Commander of the Sons of American Legion, Jim Roberts. There. Yeah, I got it. Okay. I know we will be a strong team. We will work hard together, and I promise you, we will make the family, the American Legion family, proud. Some priorities we need to concentrate on this year. Membership. We all know that training and leadership are two of the key ingredients for a successful organization. In order for the Legion to survive, we must develop and provide meaningful training so that we can all do our jobs better. We must establish a forum where communications can flow horizontally, vertically, so that experience and lessons learned can be shared by all. We must develop leaders of the future so that we can have a future. We must create an atmosphere of learning so that the Legion history and our worthwhile programs can be preserved for future generations. During the recent membership workshop meeting, I asked that the new department commanders, in addition to have a plan for their committed membership goal for the coming year, to also review and consider the adoption of some of the recommendations from the 21st Century Committee report. There is a lot of good information in that report and solutions that are accurate and valid for our situations today. I ask your commander to start a process review, concentrating on what is needed at each level of your organization to improve or rebuild your mode of operation. We need to know how we operate. We need everyone to understand why the Legion exists. We need to have our priority in line with the Legion's 4 pillars. We need to do this at the post level, at the district level, and maybe even at the department level. To sum it up, we need to have a gut check, an attitude change, roadmap of how we should conduct business as we head into our centennial. Past National Commander Conley led the charge 8 years ago on a system worth saving, the VA healthcare system. I would like to borrow and change the face to an organization worth saving, the American Legion. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do not take this issue seriously and correct the membership situation now, we may not have an organization anymore. This task will not be easy. It will be a long-term process, but we must start now. So please join us in this exciting journey of commitment and investment in our future by taking part at whichever level you are to save this great organization. Job training and employment, opportunities for our returned veterans, heroes, are key ingredients to our success. They deserve the full support of our nation as our veterans return to their normal life. We need to work hard with the Department of Labor and America's major employer to ensure the marketplace will consider and hire veterans, especially in the federal, state, and local government sector. Healthcare. We must stay on top of both DOD and the VA to ensure medical facilities are well-staffed and funded for those who require treatment. We will continue to study the PTS and TBI issue so that the best method can be determined and provided to those in need. Last year, the American Legion took the lead in conducting a women veteran survey. The findings and results were released during our 2011 Washington conference. We must now continue to focus on women veteran programs and issues. They deserve no less. Military families. The Family Support Network is one program that we perform extremely well at almost any level to help the families of those who defended our freedom, especially in this time of tight budget and reduced manpower. They will need help. They will need our help more than ever. I ask that you continue your magnificent work in helping to care for some of the military families' needs. I also ask that you coordinate and document your activities so that we can collectively demonstrate to the Department of Defense of our capability. As a VSO, we are relevant in this issue, and they need to understand that. Veterans benefit. With the federal deficit crisis, we all expect government services and benefits to be on the chopping block for years to come. While we certainly are willing to take our fair share in helping this great nation go back on the road of recovery, we must also be vigilant and proactive for our right and benefit. We must stand strong against any disproportionate cutback of services and benefits to the veterans community. Active force, veterans, and national security should not and will not bear the major burden of any government reduction plan. We heard it from the President. We heard it from the chairman of the VA committee. We heard it from the minority leader of the House. Sounds like they're on our side. We have to stay on top of it and make sure they deliver what they're saying. Flag amendment. A proposed constitutional amendment to protect Old Glory from physical desecration has been introduced as Senate Joint Resolution 19 and House Joint Resolution 13 this year. Need to contact your senator, your representatives, ask them to be co-sponsors. If they are co-sponsors, thank them for their support. Let's push for the long overdue passage of this bill during this Congress. My project for this year will be Child Welfare Foundation and the Legacy Scholarship Fund. The Child Welfare Foundation provides needed services and programs for the betterment of children. The Legacy Scholarship Fund provides for children of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice while defending this nation against terrorism. So please join me in support of these two worthwhile programs of the American Legion. You probably know my theme for the year is We Serve with Pride, and you probably already know what We Serve with Pride stands for, so I'm not going to bore you with that. My membership pin this year is what we call a Super 8. It's an Eagle Pride pin, which will be awarded to anyone that signed a combination of 8 new members, renew, or transfer from DMS, combination of 8. So please, it's an easy task. We have a few thousand already ordered. I'd love to ask National to order more, so you have to help me. Let's go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to an exciting year working with you. I look forward to meeting you in person, and I look forward to visit your great department again. I'm excited at the opportunity to share our views on many issues. I cannot promise you that I have answers for everything. I know I don't. But if we work together, I'm sure we will find the right answers. With your support, we will be successful. Yes, we are proud to serve our veteran family. Yes, we know we're proud to serve our community. Yes, we know much is expected for ourselves. Yes, we also know much is expected of us by others. Yes, we are proud to serve our country. And yes, we are proud to be America. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America.